Hey guys, welcome to General Query. This is Fonz. I go by he, him, and his.
Hey guys, and this is Zuki, and I go by she, her, and hers. Welcome back to General Query. And we're here to podcast at you once again through your ear holes, is what we're here to do. We have been gone for a long time.
Yeah,
Because
this year, I feel like this year has been a bumpy road.
a bumpy road, like
Bumpy road for General Query. It's
for
just,
General Query.
yeah, a lot has been happening. That's why. Yeah.
Right. It's been a bumpy road for General Query because it's been a lot going on for
Yeah.
Fonz and Zuki
Yeah.
in general.
Correct.
Especially let's fill them in, Fonzie. We gotta let them know. Please let the people know what you just did.
Yeah. So we are both now living outside of El Paso.
That's right.
My boyfriend and I just moved to Boston. Oh shit, it's been a month already.
Been a month. Yeah.
A month ago.
Yeah.
Long story short, we've been busy. Our shit didn't get delivered till like 3 weeks after, so that was exciting. So I've been busy being a housewife and unpacking, and you know,
He's, you're so good at being a housewife too, babe. I feel like you're so good at it.
I feel like I could. That's why I want to get a remote job because I can handle a lot of things all at once.
Yeah. You're great at it.
Um, I just like I could never just be a housewife, you know?
No, same. Same.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Like I
same.
would literally go insane.
Oh my
Like, if you
God.
guys think this is crazy, like, picture me with no social life, no work, no income, just living off of someone, then hypothetically, it does sound very enticing. Realistically, I would go insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that for a lot of people, that always sounds better in concept
Oh,
than it
yeah.
is in reality,
Yeah, in
right?
reality, it's
Yeah.
painful,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Yeah. No, no, no. So it's now we're both officially out of El Paso and out of Texas.
Yeah.
So Fonzie is in Massachusetts. I am in Virginia. But the great thing about that is that we're now 6 hours away from each other as opposed to 24 hours away
Correct.
from each other,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is great for us.
Yeah.
And just menace for the eastern seaboard of the United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, cool.
great.
So on our way up here, my boyfriend and I stopped by her place, well, her and her husband's place, and it was great because we got to spend some time together.
It was the best.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like the
hadn't
quickest. Yeah,
physically seen each other in a while, so that was kind of cool to
I
just
know. And I
chill and
think
chat and eat delicious food.
and eat and just hang out. And I think what was most important is that you were here election night.
The night of the elections.
The night of the election. And obviously, if you're an oldie or a newbie to General Query and you've stuck around with us, you know exactly where our politics lie.
Yeah, it was
So
an eventful night to say
it
the
was an
least.
eventful and traumatizing night. Fonzie will tell you that I refused to look at any
Yeah,
stats as it was
I think
happening.
the highlight of that night was the fire pit.
The fire pit.
Yeah.
We're out by the fire pit, pretending nothing was happening. And by
And
pretending,
the
I'm
entire
talking
world
about
was
myself.
burning down.
Yeah. Because I was very, very open with everyone that I was like, if anybody tells me anything, I will punch them in the dick. Like, I don't want to know. And they did a great job. They talked amongst themselves about how the results were going. And then the next morning, I was just melting down.
Yeah, I
Right.
think we both had a meltdown. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, we both did. Yeah, so we know how the election went now. And all I have to say about that is I hope everyone gets what they voted for. Anyway, that's it. I'm
Let's
ready.
clarify that. Let's clarify that.
Let's what I
What
mean
they
by that.
voted for is not what they're gonna get, but they're gonna get what they deserve.
Yes, you're gonna get
And
what you deserve.
unfortunately, we're all gonna be fucked up
We're
in a way.
yeah, we're all gonna have to be victims of that. I think
My
I've
favorite,
really yeah,
my
I've
favorite was like hearing people say, "Oh, it's just getting all so expensive. Like gas is blah blah blah, groceries are blah blah blah," and just like this whole month has been a lot of interviews where like Trump has blatantly said, I cannot promise you the prices will go down since the tariffs will go up. So that's him saying, brace yourself because everything's about to get a lot more expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's that, and I think, you know, it's that, it's those folks that, we're saying, well, I'm voting for the economy, but I'm all for, protecting marginalized groups and stuff like that. And it's like, no, no, you're just being like willfully ignorant and negligent. And
Yeah.
so I I have no patience for it. In my life recently, I've started adopting the thing when people piss me off. I'm like, you know what? Have the day you deserve. And
I love it.
and that's how I feel, right? Like that's it. If I had to encapsulate it, it's like I hope you get what you deserve. I think I think the most insane thing to me was like 48 hours after the election, the Google trends of everyone now Googling who pays for the tariffs? How do tariffs work?
Oh my God.
Things like that. And I'm like, you're telling me you couldn't fucking Google this before you went to the polls, you absolute imbecile? Like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, I
Yeah,
was like, okay,
my favorite quote from people was like, I care about my money. I want to keep my money. Honey,
man,
honey.
man, oh man. I
I mean,
just,
unless you're making like over 300,000 a year, then probably get fucked, bro.
and tell me how many people in your life you know that is making
Correct.
over $300,000 a year. I'll wait. Um, you'll probably have about, I don't know, 7 to 8 fingers left over. Anyway,
I was about to say, if you're
yeah,
saying 7 to 8 people, it's so
yeah,
much, but
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. You'll have extra fingers to count.
right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I think I think we should all adopt that going forward. It's like, if anybody pisses you off, anybody's hurting your feelings, you just tell them, I hope you have the day you
No,
deserve.
I like that better than what I do. I think what I typically do is like, you know what? Fuck you. Look.
Succinct. We're saying the same thing, really.
No, I like yours
Just,
better because it's like, you know what? I'm
you know,
gonna watch you suffer.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that's that. And so the election happened, absolute horseshit. So we just
Yeah.
wanted to have this touchstone episode for you guys to make sure that we don't end the year without talking to you guys, because you remember we talked about this in our first of the year episode, is like you should end the year how you want to start it, right?
Yeah.
And so we want to end the year with you guys, focusing on general query, refocusing and having fun with you guys again, because I know we miss it, because this was such a big part of what we did weekly.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
honestly the time that we haven't recorded has been kind of funky because it
Yeah.
down to like my routine and it came down to like it was my me time sort of situation.
Absolutely.
Whereas,
Yeah.
I mean, I've been pretty honest throughout this whole general career journey where I don't really have many friends. Like I can literally count friends with my one hand, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool throughout the year to have my friend, you know, and that was
Yeah.
like our time. So
It was our time
yeah,
together.
of course I
Yeah.
missed it, especially throughout this whole moving process. It was what, a
Oh
good
my
two
God.
months that we couldn't even record at all.
Couldn't record. You didn't
Yeah.
have furniture or your clothing or,
Or even that, it was just like before moving, it was just like
madness.
my
Madness.
boyfriend and I went to Cuba. Okay, so not a lot of you guys know, but this is how things went down. Okay, my boyfriend had been looking for a job since May, and so then he finally got reached out by his current employer. I want to say in July.
July.
Yeah, and then the whole interview process lasted about two
Takes
months.
so long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so then, it came down to like him saying, you know what, like we're just gonna book our flights to Cuba. You request your days off from work. In my mind, I was still like, I mean, that's fine. I'll take my
Yeah.
vacation. Like, I'll be there through the end of the year, maybe like early next year, 2025 or
Hmm.
whatever.
Yep.
Like it all made sense. And then literally the week before we left to Cuba, it was kind of like, you're hired, so you have to be here on the 11th
Right.
of
Right.
November.
Yeah.
So yeah, October, November, December have been chaos
Chaos.
up until
Absolute
now.
chaos. Yeah, of the highest order. Um, yeah, and same here. Like, you guys know, like I work remote and stuff, but my job has been in huge amount of transition.
Yeah.
It's just been fucking
And
nuts.
even when you guys moved in January, it was kind of like a
Oh
transitional
my
period
God.
where we
I
didn't
mean,
record till like February, March.
right. And it was basically the same thing. It
Yeah.
was like, okay, we're moving. And then it was like, we had 6 weeks.
Go, go, go.
Go,
Yes.
go, 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 go. You're going to be moving to this other state. And then, very much like you guys, we got to Virginia and our shit didn't get here till 3 weeks later. And it was like a whole thing, right? And so, yeah, I feel like it's definitely been a year of flux for both you and I. And I think, but it's a good thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's going to be such exciting things, going forward. I think definitely had a couple mental breakdowns. Can't say that there won't be another one before the end of the year. We're recording this on the 13th of December. You guys will see it on Monday, following Monday, but can't promise that there won't be another breakdown. In fact, I had a birthday. Number one, let me backtrack a little bit. So I had a birthday. I turned 32, and I got Botox for the first time, friends.
Oh, this is the
And
first time I see you since Botox. Yeah.
since Botox, and I loved it. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, you can't see it, but like I can kind of scrunch my eyebrows together and I can tell that it's wearing off because I could do it a lot more than I used to. But if I raise my
Yeah.
eyebrows, there's no movement in my top forehead, and it is great. I am a Botox truther. Okay. If you have a little bit of extra income, a little extra cash, you get on down there to your nearest
Let's just say
Botox
all you need
clinic.
is to not go out once and then you can freeze your nerves for a bit.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's excellent. You can't, convince me otherwise. I no, I absolutely love
Also,
it.
please be safe. And I know,
Go to licensed
yes,
professionals for Botox,
yeah, a lot
please.
of our listeners are in El Paso, so don't go to Juarez.
Don't go to Juarez, guys.
Yeah,
Just
some places
go.
are safe, but you never know.
But look into it. They
Yeah,
they are injecting you with a nerve paralyzer, and if
yeah,
they do it wrong, it can go really
it can
wrong.
paralyze your entire face. So,
Your entire face. So just be super careful.
speaking of Botox, did you know you could inject it in your anus?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I'm curious to know what the purpose is.
I would imagine tightness. No, so you can have
I
a
want to
tight
say
little
yes or
butthole.
no because if you freeze your nerves, then you can't move it.
You
So, like,
can't.
I'm thinking gay world, if
Oh, yeah.
you get fisted, not that
Yeah.
this is a regular Saturday for everyone, not for me, that's for sure, but
I only get fisted on Fridays. It's my fisting day. Just so I have Saturday and Sunday,
to recover.
for any eventualities that come from
But that's
fisting
what I'm
Friday.
saying. Like, if you get Botox, then you can't really, like, kegel the shit out of your butthole.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Okay, so we had this conversation, somewhat of a convo off mic, but the thing is, the butthole is a sphincter, right? So the function of that muscle is different. Like it just behaves
But if it's
differently.
Botoxed, it freezes your nerves.
Okay,
Therefore,
well,
you can't really control them.
how about this? Don't Botox your butthole, just bleach it. Fair? Okay. I feel
Yeah,
like that's, yeah. Okay. Okay.
we'll agree
So,
on
yeah, cosmetic procedures 101 with Azuki and Fonz. Yes,
that.
don't Botox your butthole, just bleach
Botox
it.
your face,
And
yes.
Botox your
And your
face,
palms, apparently, if you have sweaty
your palms,
palms,
your armpits, if you have
the
armpit
issue.
issues with being a little sweaty, Yeah. Well,
But
see,
also,
I
it's
yeah,
really important to note there's a difference between cosmetic Botox and medical
medical
Botox.
Botox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if
there
you
is.
are getting Botox for sweat, go to a professional.
Go to professional.
It's not your typical cosmetic place.
No, I got super lucky. So the cosmetic place that I went to, actually
Does both?
the woman that injected me was a nurse, is a nurse practitioner. So she's a
Oh,
highly educated person. So I felt very safe with her knowing like the anatomy of my face, right? And
yeah.
like understanding where things were. And what I love too is that she was very like, when she was walking me through it, I'm looking at her and I was like, I want my forehead to look like yours, right? Like it was very easy. And she's like, oh, perfect. We can do that.
Done. Yeah.
Not a problem.
I don't know about my forehead. I mean, maybe. I'm 34 now, so
You old
maybe.
man.
I know. But what I really want to do is like this crow's
The
feet
crow's
right here.
feet?
Yeah. Just want to
Yeah.
get rid of them.
I mean, eventually, who knows? But she did explain she was like genetically, like blah blah, and it lasts about 3 months. So Botox does go away if you don't know that. Which again, it's great. You can
Yeah.
try it out, and if you hate it, you don't
Look
have to.
into it, but essentially it's just a protein that your body absorbs over time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just absorb it over time, and it's super lovely.
It's not like fillers. So
So
fillers is a whole other situation where like it's actual
yeah, fillers
plastic
is
that is
not.
injected into your face. Those don't go away. That's why
They
you
don't.
end up looking like Donatella Versace. Which, by the way, have you seen the whole ordeal with like Lindsay Lohan, Christina Aguilera, and Donatella?
Them getting their face done, yeah, or redone, I should
When
say.
when I'm that old, like when I'm in my 50s or 60s, I want to go to their doctor.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
No, they look great.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan looks amazing.
I mean, Lindsay's only what, on her early 40s, I think?
Early 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, yeah.
maybe late
Yeah, she's
30s. I
early
can't
40s.
remember how
Yeah,
old she
yeah.
is. But anyway,
But she looks excellent. She looks
she does
excellent.
look
I think
amazing.
it was very well done. They don't look overdone. They don't, they
No.
just, they
Even
look like they,
Donatella, like
yeah.
last year to this year, mind blown.
They look like they took a great nap. That's what they look like. They
You know
just
what
will
they
like
look
woke
like?
up
You
like
said great nap,
refreshed.
like they're. Have you seen that new movie, The Substance?
No.
Oh my God, you have to. It's
Is
actually
it
really
good?
good.
Yeah.
It's. I don't want to give any spoilers out, but it's good up until the last 15 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Some
okay.
people will disagree with me, but I like it was unnecessary. You have to watch it. So
Okay.
essentially, it's about the substance. The substance will give you like a better version of you. So, if you want to compare it to 2024, like, Botox fillers, microneedling, whatever, all that gives you a better you. So in theory, the substance is kind of like a better version, like a new version of that.
Oh,
Yeah. So you have to watch it.
I do.
It's a
That
good
sounds
movie.
amazing. Which
I think it's on Amazon.
Prime?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Which, if we're already talking about
Oh,
movies,
it's with Demi Moore, by the way.
is it? Oh,
Yeah,
she's so
that's
hot.
another one that got some shit done to her face.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about movies. I want to go ahead and hold some space for Wicked really
Oh my God,
quickly.
don't tell me anything. I haven't watched it.
I've watched it either.
Okay.
I've only so I've read the book,
Mhm.
and if you're a because there's like camps, right, of Wicked fans. Like you have the fans of the book, you have the fans of the Broadway show, which
Which is
is
the
not like
original.
the book, right,
Yeah.
which is the original, but it is not a one-to-one to the book.
Right.
Nothing is. And then you
Yeah.
have the movies, right?
Yeah. Which,
Um, yeah.
if people don't know, it's technically not related to The Wizard of Oz.
No, it's
Like a
not.
prequel to The Wizard of Oz.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. But obviously Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande had a very interesting press run for Wicked.
Yeah.
Um,
I hadn't noticed, but like, what the fuck, Ariana?
listen, I
Like,
had
I understand method acting, you know? Like, I get it.
sure,
But
but
like,
also
bitch, snap out of it.
I mean, we all remember Black Ariana Grande. Like we remember
Yeah,
that space.
yeah.
And that was upsetting, right? I was like,
Right,
ooh,
and then she went
it's
to
really.
Asian Ariana Grande, and
And
then
then
she
we
went
got
to
Asian Ariana Grande. There's like several levels of like racial cosplay that she went through,
ah,
which was uncomfy for all involved, I feel,
right.
especially those people that she was cosplaying as.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that was a lot. And then so now she's this. And again, like,
Here's the thing. I'm
it's
not
just
upset about like white Ariana Grande,
no, because
because it
that's
was for the role. Had I
right.
known back in 2022 when they started filming that it was for a role and she wasn't just having a, like personality crisis or something,
That would have been helpful,
that
I
would have
think.
been helpful, yeah. But come to
Um,
2024, when now I know she went through that because she was preparing for a role. I don't
I
know,
mean,
but the press tour loved the outfits. I'm not gonna lie.
no, the
So fun.
fashions have
Yeah,
been absolutely
amazing.
incredible.
Jonathan
Both of
Bailey,
them.
holy fuck,
Yeah,
that man. Oof.
I know. That man
Uh,
and his thighs.
that man and his everything.
Just it's the thighs for me.
Yeah,
I'm a thigh person.
you are because your
I
husband
am
has thick thighs.
great thighs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, exactly. I'm a thigh person. Especially if you're small. I just want to bite it.
If
Anyways,
you're what?
like compact, you
Smaller,
know?
yeah. Okay, so
I
my
just want to,
boyfriend's small too, and he has thick thighs, even though he thinks mine are thicker for some odd fucking reason.
I think he confuses thicker for longer, you know?
No, I
Like
think
you're,
he knows what I'm talking about. It's just he
no, I
doesn't
think he
see
knows.
it.
He's just confused.
He just has body dysmorphia situation.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Shouldn't be laughing about.
We're like, thighs, ha ha ha, body dysmorphia. We
Yeah,
have a whole episode on it. Anyway,
right.
yeah, no, no, no. I mean, yeah, they all looked amazing.
Yeah.
The vocals, from what I've seen, are excellent,
I just hate
obviously.
what she portrays in interviews.
Who? Cynthia or Ariana?
Ariana Grande.
Okay,
I don't know. It's just like she stuck to her character of like this almighty fucking good witch situation.
Which, again, if you know, you
Me
know
too.
she's not actually a fucking good witch,
Yeah,
too.
Ariana Grande. That's why we love her.
Yeah.
It's like Sabrina Carpenter, which by the way, I remember talking about her a couple episodes ago, and I was like, "Ooh, who is she again?" Now I love her
Now
because
you know.
yeah.
Yep.
So for any of you guys who have watched the holiday special, which I told you about, hopefully you
Yep.
watched it. It's so good because it's so comedic in the fact where she kind of makes fun of the whole holiday special situation. It was great.
It's genius.
Yeah.
It's genius. I think I think that holiday special, obviously she's very, very talented.
Yeah.
Can sing her ass off or whatever, but I think more than anything, it's like she's an entertainer,
She
right? Like
is.
she's
Yes.
a very well-rounded entertainer, and you can see that, and you can definitely see like her Disney kid
Yeah.
roots in all of it, right?
When I kind of didn't fall in love with her, but when I kind of like gave her credit and I was like, "Ooh, I like who she is," was when this whole thing came up with like a parent being upset 'cause she took her kids to this concert, Sabrina Carpenter concert, and then she was very upset that it had a lot of innuendos in it, like sexual innuendos in it,
Hmm.
and I was like,
Yeah.
"Do you know who she is?
Yeah,
Like, have
yeah,
you
you're
ever
right.
heard one of her songs?" And
Right.
then so she got upset, and then they showed what Sabrina Carpenter's reaction was to it, and she was like, "Yeah, it's my concert. You know what you're getting into. I'm not necessarily, kid appropriate, so it is
No,
what it is. I'm
no.
not going to apologize." And
And
I
she
was like,
shouldn't. And she
"Yes,
shouldn't. No, like I think, yeah, because it's specifically in her song Juno, right? Where she's like, have you ever tried this one? And she cosplays a bunch of sexual positions, right? Like
right,
she acts them out. And dude, she's so creative. I love her. Like she's hilarious, right? And
it's
that's what I
hilarious."
think is
Mhm.
is people underappreciate about it is like, yeah, is it sexually suggestive? Yeah, sure. but she's also really tongue in cheek with it, and she's really funny when she's doing it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, I can't help but be smiling when she's doing it. Like, I'm just smiling with her because she's being so sassy, right? And like
Right.
just adorable. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. And so, come on, dude. Like, if you're going to her whole like the whole theme of her shows is like you're at a slumber party, this like glorified
Right.
slumber party with these beautiful men, dancing with her and these beautiful women. Like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Like, let's
Yeah.
get
She
real.
takes the towel off. Like,
That's
please
how she
tell
opens
me.
the show.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
tell me you did not see that on TikTok before you bought the tickets.
Before you bought the tickets. Like,
Like,
come on.
come on.
Yeah, and so I think like all of that, like I really like her style. I like her music. It's very boppy, like it's very, all of that. It's catchy, it's fun, she's fun, and more than anything, she's just fucking talented.
Oh yeah,
Period.
for sure.
Period.
I
Right?
like
And
the whole.
so
I know we talked about it, but I like the whole taste situation where like she kind of dished on Selena. What's her name? Not Selena
no,
Gomez.
Camila Cabello
Camila Cabello,
and Sean I'm not gay Mendez.
which apparently he is. Did we talk about that?
We did talk about this. Well, we talked about this off mic, y'all. We got to tell him. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys might be divided on this, like Fonz and I are divided on it. Listen, this friendship has withstood many a storm. Um, but where we differ so strongly is that Fonz has the biggest boner for Shawn Mendes, and I just fucking don't. Like, I don't get it. I don't get, and
Like
he,
I know
y'all,
why you don't get it because he is pretty basic, cute white boy, you know.
right.
But that's why I'm into it.
Oh my God. And y'all,
It's the same thing with
somebody,
like Luigi. What's his name?
Mangione.
Yeah, like he is your cute white boy, you know. But there's something about it, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like Luigi Mangione has like, the Neanderthal eyebrows, and like curly hair. Like there's like a
You not
level
seen
of
Shawn Mendes hair? It's curly.
like guys, no, can I tell you what I gotta tell him. I gotta tell him. I gotta tell him because they're gonna die. The thing that kills me, guys, is like periodically Fonzie will send me fucking Shawn Mendes thirst trap videos. Okay. Just randomly. And he's like, look at this. Like at some point, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, Fonz, you're so right. I'm moist. Like this is excellent. Like I really think like guys, when I
I
tell
am
you
waiting on it.
he's like, look at this. Look at like at some point he genuinely feels he's gonna be like, got her. She's on board. We're there.
I
And
feel
I just
I
don't
feel
get
like
it.
once you see him with his boyfriend,
Maybe,
then you'll
yes.
be like, yes.
Okay. Yes.
But
Because
right
that's what
now he's
yeah.
like a bi-curious or maybe like a closeted gay and you're just over it, you know?
Yeah, I'm just like, meh,
Yeah.
I don't like the way you say
But also
señorita. It irritates me. So,
how he sang,
yeah, I
I
don't like it.
get it, but I'm not thirsting over his music.
No, I know. I know. I know exactly what you're thirsting at from Shawn Mendes, but
Yeah.
I just don't get it, y'all. Like, we have to clip this to make sure, and we have to like circulate this because I need to understand what the fuss is about.
Maybe we'll make a poll and see if our
Let's make a
listeners
poll
agree or not.
because y'all, I just don't understand it. And I'm like,
Fine.
okay, cool. Like,
It's like the whole Zac Efron thing too.
yeah, but see, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Zac Efron was my childhood, okay? And if anybody says anything about Zac Efron, I get real defensive
Okay, so
real
I'm not
quick.
gonna lie. When the High School Musical came out, I didn't think he was cute at all. Also, I wasn't out.
Okay.
Then I
So
was
you
more.
were telling yourself that he wasn't cute.
No, no. I look back and I'm like, ew, no, good. Um, but like, I don't remember when he got super buff and like furry. I was like, sir.
Okay. Okay. So hear me out real quick. Okay. So I'm married to a straight man, as everyone knows. very rarely will he opine on like any like man's physique. Like not in like the oh no, like he'll very easily be like, yeah, that's a good looking dude, whatever. Every there was that moment of like controversy where we were like, what happened to Zac Efron? Remember? This is what you're referring to. He came out like it
Based on
came out
his
that he had been in an accident, or so he
bullshit.
claims.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit. So he
Yeah.
claims, right? But he got some stuff done to his face or whatever. And at the time, I was like, ooh, like I didn't know how to feel about it. Like I was like, because I did fall in love with him in High School Musical days,
Right.
right? Since then. So anyway, so I'm like, I'm talking about this with Daniel, and I'm like, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. And he got defensive. He was like, "Fuck are you talking about? He's a fucking Chad." And I was like, okay. And she's like, look at that guy. Everyone wants to look like that guy. Like he was like, no, 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 like fuck you, okay? Zac Efron is hot as fuck.
How does your husband feel about like Henry Cavill or Cavill, whatever?
Henry Cavill. I don't know that I've ever asked him.
I'm
I don't know.
curious because to me, that man can,
Just tear it up,
yeah.
tear it up,
I was
upside
gonna
down,
say, just
sideways.
spit at me and I'll be happy.
Spit at you, slap you around,
Everything, yes.
call you names.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be
Yeah.
happy. Same thing with Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, yeah. Chris Evans is a little soft for me, if I'm being
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah. If you compare
Yeah.
him to like Henry, I think for me at least, I would probably, if I had, a platter and they were both right in front of me and I'd be like, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? Probably go with Henry.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I think like what made me change my mind about this like new Zac Efron face was he did that movie with Billy King on Netflix. And there
Mhm.
was this clip of him from the movie, and it's this scene where it's Billy King and him in a car, and he's singing Cher in the car.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Do you believe?" And he's like, "I want to believe Cher." Like it's like a really adorable scene, but I'm like, there. It's like that's why, because he is Zac Efron, but then he's also doing that on like in a movie, and it's just like personality mixed with him. Um, yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, 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 okay. We're good. We're back. The earth has healed. We're fine. Like, you
So
know what I mean? Like,
my younger
yeah.
sister is completely obsessed with him. And speaking of Cher, do you remember? I think you did. Did you ever finish the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
Yes, I did.
How my statement will be very controversial, but
Oh
how
my God, let's hear
underwhelming
it.
was that shit?
How what?
Underwhelming.
Oh my God. The most underwhelming. I mean, literally, if
Not only, okay, so like, yeah, they had Cher to close the show. Great, whatever.
great.
But I mean, it
Dude.
just felt like a snooze fest. Like,
Flat. It was flat.
yeah, Adriana Lima came back. Some of
Okay.
the, supermodels came back. Naomi was there. Kate Moss was there. Tyra closed the show. Girl, we need to stop the wobbling. I can't. Yeah, it was underwhelming.
It was very underwhelming.
So I keep on going back to like the 2005 Victoria's Secret fashion show where like Giselle Bundchen opened the show and it was all Christmas. Like that is my get ready for Christmas situation. I'll post it
Just like
on
everyone
our,
else says,
yeah,
people are like, Home Alone, Hallmark movie. Fonz is like,
Victoria's
Victoria's
Secret.
Secret fashion show,
Yeah, and I'll post the
2005.
video on our Instagram so you guys know what I'm talking about. But it's that opening show that I'm like, Christmas time beach.
Time,
Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah, no, I hated it. I hated it. It was so
me
stupid.
too. It was
Um,
unnecessary. Like if
yeah.
you wanted to come back with a bang, like I
Well,
get the whole inclusivity thing that I did appreciate,
oh yeah, that was great.
but
Sure.
the wings were lackluster. The music was bland. The set felt like a warehouse. Like, what are we doing?
It was horrible. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. I think what's important is no one was asking for this. Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
No one was asking for this. So if you're gonna do this
You
when no
better
one was
slap
asking,
us with
yes,
excellence.
correct.
Yeah.
Like no one is asking for it, so you should probably fucking
Yeah.
bring it.
We were
And
all
they did.
fine the 6 years that you were gone. You know, it was
We've
okay.
been through a lot
Yeah.
in these
We
past 6 years.
figured you weren't coming back. Please don't come back with that bullshit.
Yeah. So yeah, underwhelmed is, you're right. That's the word. Just
Yeah.
underwhelmed.
Yeah. Blue balls.
Um,
That's it.
yeah, no. I think like so we're just wanted, to cover a bunch of shit. Obviously, currently everyone is like freaking out about that CEO getting shot or whatever.
You mean
Craziness.
thirsting over Luigi?
Thirsting over Luigi, which what cracks me up is like, and you guys, all the cuties from General Query that are true crime fans, like I am, or Fonzie is to a certain degree, know this. It's not new for people to be thirsting over fucking criminals, okay?
Yeah.
People were thirsting over the Night Stalker in the fucking 70s, and this guy looked like the last skeleton at Spear and Halloween on November
I think
1st.
also
Like,
they started, like everyone started thirsting over serial killers when serial killers became hot, aka Zac Efron. And then whoever played Jeffrey Dahmer, like
oh,
when
yeah,
everyone started thirsting over serial killers, but this guy is actually hot.
yeah. Right.
He's not like
Uh,
Zac Efron playing a serial killer. He's like
correct.
really,
Yes.
you know,
So yeah, so I don't know. I think what happened and what he did is like a very interesting window into the American psyche at
yeah.
the moment, as a country.
Like my boyfriend put it, at the end of the day, he is a criminal. He did kill
He's a criminal.
someone. He
Yeah, he
murdered someone.
murdered someone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like in any country in the world will tell you he's a murderer.
he's a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
the motive is what makes him very, very intriguing.
Very interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And I think that's what's getting people. There's no
What
one is
feathers are being
debating,
flustered?
right? No one is debating whether or not killing someone is bad. Everyone knows it's bad. What folks are debating, like you said, is the motive. And so it's super, super interesting. I think we're going into a very interesting timeline. It feels like a weird episode of Bad Mirror. It feels like a
Black
Black
Mirror,
Mirror.
yeah.
Black Mirror. It feels like it's an episode of Black Mirror that is being written like every day. You know what I mean? Like nobody has planned this. Like it's just
Yeah.
like what can we come up with today? And Ivy League graduate turned vigilante. Perfect. Go with it. You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
very much the energy, which is
Yeah.
fucking crazy. And I think for me, like that's the most difficult thing. Like you guys know, I'm a big nerd, and for me to hear someone that had access to that type of education, that type of
That privilege.
privilege,
Yeah.
like I was talking to Fonzie off mic before we started recording, like he attended a $50,000 a year private school.
High
That's where
school.
he went to
Yeah.
high school, private high school. So not just anyone grows up in that type of bubble.
Yeah.
And if I think about it, I'm like, I would have killed, right? To be able to have access to that type of education, right? And so for those of us that didn't grow up that way, you'd be like, what can possibly happen mentally that you throw it all away? Because that's essentially what happened too, right?
Yeah.
Like this kid's life is never going to be the same or what it could have been,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's very, very fascinating to me is I can understand why a disgruntled single mom that's exhausted working two jobs with three fucking screaming crotch goblins, like all this stuff, like I could understand why someone like that would go postal. So fucking lootly, right? Like I think we all can, right? You're like, yeah, we all understand that level of like neuroses. But then this happens and you're like, girl, what happened?
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just fascinating. I don't know. I
And
think,
and the more they uncover, and we talked about this, the more they uncover, the
mm,
more I am intrigued by his thought process because this was
yeah,
very thought through.
very thought out,
Every
very well
single
planned.
detail
Yeah.
was planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact
Yeah.
that he got caught where he got caught, that was not a coincidence.
No.
Yeah.
No. No, no, no. Although I do love the poetic justice and sort of like poetic alignment of the person that turned him in not getting the tip money on a
Honestly.
technicality.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But also, this is something that
Yeah,
someone pointed out on TikTok, and it was like, why are you showing your ID on like inside of McDonald's? Which kind of makes sense. Like he wanted to get caught.
he did.
Yeah.
He did. Um, and so, yeah, I don't know. Please let us know, guys. Like, what do you think? Right? Like, what do you think about all this stuff that's going on?
Maybe
Um,
next episode we'll talk more about him and how the story unveils, but
yeah, yeah, maybe we can do that and like give like dedicate because obviously we need to dedicate like a whole episode to that because there's so much detail.
so much to it.
And of course, like I would want to force you guys to listen to me nerding out about the books that he was reading before because I have a lot of thoughts on the books that he was reading before any of this happened. But yeah, I mean, honestly, more than anything, my heart goes out to his family too. I'm sure they're very confused and sort of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they
um,
saw it coming. Not necessarily the murder situation, but him
but
going rogue.
yeah,
Yeah.
his quote decline, I guess,
Yeah.
mental decline. But yeah, so I don't know. I think like this year, I don't think this year is done with us. And I don't want to be prophetic in that sense, but I think we have what, 2 weeks left, two,
Three.
3 weeks, 3 weeks
Yeah.
left in the year. Um,
But also like I hope this is not the last episode before the new year comes. But
no,
if it is,
that's what I'm hoping for.
yeah,
I mean,
me
that's what
too.
we're going to shoot for.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna
Yes.
try it. We're gonna try.
Yes, I
We'll see
think
how the month goes. But I'm sure a lot more will happen before then.
right. It's not
And
like we're going to run out of shit to talk about.
right, embrace
Yeah.
yourselves because we'll have a good 4 years to come
I know where you're gonna have to listen to us bitch and complain at you and tell you to go
about everything, probably.
about
Yeah.
everything.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know if you know maybe this is your first time listening to this podcast and everything like that. And you're like, oh, I don't want to listen to a podcast where people talk about politics. That's fair. But let me tell you why you're wrong. Um, I feel like most of the time when people are like, "Oh, I don't do politics," I'm gonna quote Nina Turner, who's a senator. She always says, "Cool, you can say you don't do politics, but politics certainly does you all the time, 24/7." Right? So that's why it's important to talk about politics because we're all constantly being affected. And most importantly, this is General Query. This is a podcast geared for and obviously with queer folks in mind all the time. And so, I mean, we literally just spent 20 minutes talking about why Zac Efron is hot. So, and also, should you put Botox on your butthole for gay purposes? So,
Yep.
yes, so that's definitely the energy of this podcast. So, if you can't talk about queer topics without talking about politics. So, yes. So if it's your first time or you're finding, random clips of us on TikTok, which we need to jump on before it gets fully banned. See what I mean? Politics. It does us all the
Coming
time.
January, guys, by the way.
Coming January, that's the TikTok ban, and it was
Yep.
just struck down in court when they tried to stop it. The court said no. It can
Earlier
go
this year,
ahead.
yeah. And then now I
Yeah.
guess it's official as
It's
of
official.
last
It's
week. Yeah.
official. And once again, we can nerd out about the TikTok ban too, because I have a lot of opinions as your resident business girly.
Yeah, I wonder why they're trying to censor or block
That's the thing. They're using the excuse of
security.
Chinese interference and Chinese firms having our data, which is not a lie. It's true.
Right.
However, the same type of nefarious data collection or obscure data collection is being done by American companies like
Yeah,
Meta
Facebook.
and Google,
Yeah.
right? And so I agree. If we're going to crack down, we better crack down on everyone because I'm all about equality. If someone's going to get spanked, everyone better get spanked. That's everybody bend over right now. Right now. And that gives you a window into me. Bend over, bank it. Ew, what's wrong with me? Oh my God, guys, but we didn't even
What
fucking talk
is
about this.
it?
It's the rum in the drink. Tell them what
It's
we're
true.
drinking. I forgot to
You're
tell
not a
them.
rum person. Okay, so there's different versions of it.
Yes,
You bought everything separately, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
But essentially, fucking around, I discovered eggnog
Mhm.
with chai tea is
Yes,
fucking delicious.
delicious,
Yeah.
delicious. So it's
Holiday. It's a better version of an eggnog. Yeah.
it's spicy. Like it's spicy. There's chai tea in here. It's spiced, not spicy, spiced.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. And
Yeah.
mine has rum in
Yeah.
it.
She did rum. I ordered mine and mine has whiskey, which if you give me a choice, I'll probably go with whiskey anytime.
Yeah,
But also, we're not sponsored, but if you have a Trader Joe's by
go to
you,
Trader
that
Joe's.
one's actually really good.
Go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
For everything and anything. Trader Joe's is excellent.
Yeah. No, their eggnog. It's like a wine spirit. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, it's like a wine spirit. It's a wine based, but it's
Yeah.
really, really good.
It's so good. Yeah.
Um, yeah. Let us know what you're planning to do for Christmas. Like I said, we're gonna post this on Monday. You'll see it come up. And we're just gonna be asking you a bunch of questions about like what your holiday plans are, what you're going to do. Maybe, some horror stories from your family or cool traditions, but
Ooh,
mostly horror
tradition.
stories.
We should
We're
do that.
about we're about pain here.
What if their tradition involves pain?
See? That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So we just wanted to touch base with you, tell you we're here. We are queer. And we just wanted to let you know that we're gonna kick it into high gear now that we're in the middle of change and good change, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think so.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
More to come for sure.
more to come. We'll post that poll about Shawn Mendes because I just need to fucking know. Because I have a feeling I'm wrong. And I want somebody to tell me why I'm wrong.
I need to know your husband's opinion on Shawn Mendes and
And Henry
Henry Cavill.
Cavill.
Yeah.
Got it. I can get you that. That's
And
fine.
then if he's like meh about Henry Cavill, then maybe we can ask him about Chris Evans. Because
Yes.
it's one, I don't know. Apparently people go one way or the other.
I see it. I
Yeah.
see it. Absolutely. We'll do. We'll post
Yeah.
that, guys. And I think until next time, this has been General Query. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.